Well, welcome to a beautiful day in Stevenson, Washington. We're out here to drive this. This is the brand new Ford Explorer. All new from the ground up, the best-selling SUV in North America. It's been around for almost 30 years. Now, Ford know what their customers want, and they've designed this vehicle with some really cool extras. First of all, most Americans buy their vehicles on looks alone, especially SUVs. This vehicle looks very broad, it looks very muscular, it looks like it's able to do off-roading. So the first thing, get it off-road. Now, driving off-road allows us to see the capability of the new Explorer. A lot of information displayed here up in front of the driver. And one of the cool things is you can bank the car, and I'm going to try and get it as high as I possibly can. Right now we're at 27 degrees on the side of this hill. So definitely you can see the capability of the new Explorer. Under the hood of the new Ford Explorer, you get several engine choices, including a 2.3-litre EcoBoost. There is also a hybrid version that Ford say will get 500 miles on a single tank of gasoline. They're still doing EPA numbers on that. And then there is a V6 engine. Now, the V6 comes in two different formats. One in their high-end Platinum version, and one in the ST version that makes a massive 400 horsepower. And Ford say you can get a 0 to 60 mile an hour time out of this vehicle in about 5.5 seconds. Do we believe them? Should we test it? I think we should. All right, this is completely unscientific, but we have it in sport mode here and this nice digital dash. I'm gonna basically put my foot on the brake, stomp on the gas, and see how long it takes us to get to 60 miles an hour. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And 60. Once on the road in the brand new Ford Explorer, it has a couple of cool features in the adaptive cruise control. And one of those is the fact that it reads traffic signs, and therefore if you come up on a roadworks or where it slows on a highway, you can actually have the car automatically slow to that speed. But on top of that, you have a tolerance ability, and that means they know that people don't drive the speed limit in the United States, so you can set it at 5 miles an hour above the posted speed limit, therefore possibly getting away with speeding and not getting a ticket. Ford really thought about what their customers wanted in the back of the new Explorer. One of the things that always happens if you put the kids in the back seat, they always want juice boxes. Well, juice boxes don't fit in a regular cup holder. So Ford designed a juice box holder in the back here that also fits a water bottle, but the juice boxes fit in perfectly, so they don't end up on the floor of the vehicle. Getting into the third row has always been a problem. And so what Ford did is they made the captain chairs standard, but in the center console, they realized during testing that everybody would step on the rear console to get into the third row. So this rear console can take any body weight that you put on it. Plus, if you still want the armrests, they come on the back chairs. And if you want someone to climb in normally, there's a push button at the back here. Push the button, the seat folds forward, even your 5-year-old could do this, and then there's 2 steps, one to get into the front row and one to get into the third row, to make sure that you don't have that awkward piece of carpet that you can never vacuum clean. Jumped onto the inside of the Explorer ST, and there's a lot going on here, including this optional 10-inch tablet display. The cool thing about this is that you can get 3 different pieces of information. On the top I have my navigation, in the middle my cell phone, and on the bottom that's where the radio sits. You can decide how you want this information displayed and what you display. Also, there is an 8-inch that comes standard in these vehicles. In the upper trim levels, like the ST here, you have a full digital display where your gauges would normally be. And also, there is Copilot 360 from Ford, which includes all of your safety features on top of the fact that they give you pedestrian protection with full stop braking ability. Keeping with the theme of convenience and usability in the new Explorer, the camera at the back has its own washer to keep it clean. Never know where the button is to open your tailgate? There's a little arrow here that shows you exactly where you put your hand to open the back of the Explorer. Standard rear powered liftgate on every single model. Underneath here is a subfloor, so you can put valuables on the inside like computers or some gear that you perhaps don't want someone to know that you have inside the vehicle. This is all reversible too. Hard surface one side, carpeted surface on the other side, depending on what you're going to put in the back here. perhaps dogs, you want to use the hard surface. And it also has dividers in here that come out. You can actually use the divider and make an extra large floor space. Want to get that third row down very conveniently? There are 3 buttons in the back here. You can either put the left, the right down automatically, or hit the center one, and these actually go down automatically, opening up the rear floor level. Plus, there is also the usability of a 12-volt power system in the back. The problem with many of the parking systems is you have to control either the brake or the steering wheel on your own. Well, this automatic parking system in the Ford is kind of cool because once you've found the parking space, you can actually just hold down the button. This vehicle will do all the steering and actually steer me into the currently available parking space. All I'm doing is holding down the park button and it's found the space, it's backing me in, and it'll do the full job. I'm not touching the gas, the brake, or the steering wheel. The whole thing is controlled by the vehicle. All I have is my hand on this particular button. Brand new Ford Explorer trickling into dealerships right now. Starting price around $33,000. I'm Nick Miles.